Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Ashley and it's been a while. An unintended hiatus over the last couple weeks. My 4 oldest kids and my husband were all out of town for a mission trip and visiting family. Logistics, I wasn't able to go, and so I stayed home with my 9-year-old. And in that time, we really reveled in summer. So we actually had a little bit of school to finish, and then we didn't do anything. And so, yeah, all of my plans for the month of June kind of went to the wayside. But I am back to catch some things up. However, let's see, about 4 days ago, I fell and twisted both of my ankles. One of them a bit worse than the other one, and so I've been doing a lot of laying in bed. I had been in a pretty decent reading slump as well, so that has kind of led me into reading again, which I am loving. But I am not going to be traipsing all over the house to get books, so any books that I mention or talk about will be on the screen here. I can walk around. I don't know if my foot is officially sprained or not. I didn't go get seen. I've been taking it easy today, but I figured I can sit here and film a video. Hopefully you're not too bouncy because you're sitting on my bed with me, and I tend to do this when I talk, so I'm going to try and keep it to a minimum. All of that aside, today I decided to go ahead and do my mid-year check-in. I've got some stats. I had planned to do this last month, so we have an extra month wrapped up into these stats, but that's okay. We're gonna go ahead and do this. In the year of 2025 so far, I have read 54 books. Of those 54, 24 of those books were for my daughter Shelby, whether that be reading books for school or reading books to her at bedtime. So that means 30 of the books were for myself. Some of the rest of the stats will reflect that. 9 of the 54 books were rereads. 2 of them were ARCs, and 7 were graphic novels. Also, besides the 54 books, I DNF'd 4 books, which isn't too bad. I'm happy with that number. With the 54 books, that gave me 15,093 pages, which I'm pretty happy with that. I think I set my goal on Storygraph for 25,000, and at this rate I should be able to meet that. Of the 54 books, 31 of them were physical books. The 24 for my daughter were physical. So that means 7 of those were physical for me. 10 of them were ebooks and 14 of them were audiobooks, which I have never had audiobooks or ebooks for that matter be more than my physical books. I'm not an audiobook reader, but 14, that's doubled. Crazy. Through the 54 books again, 23 of them were adult, 3 were YA, 13 middle grade, and 16 for children. So the middle grade and the children, that is 29 books. So that means I myself have read some middle grade books. They were not all for my daughter, but the children and middle grade books were mostly for my daughter. She's 9 and she reads and wants middle grade read to her. Another stat that I thought a little bit interesting, 56 of the books were fiction and 3 were nonfiction, which is 5% of my reads were nonfiction. And that's a new stat. Like, I usually never have any nonfiction books. So I'm happy with that. I'm hoping it to continue to increase this year. And then I just happened to be looking last night and I noticed that 13 of the books were from 2025 and 7 from 2024. And I was like, man, that's like 20 books. I believe all of those were for myself, not for my daughter. I don't think we've read any newer books for her. 20 of 30 were within the last 2 years, which I've never been a new release reader, but I guess I am reading a lot more new releases nowadays. All right, so star ratings. I am not surprised by these. 5 stars, I have had 3 so far. If you guys have been following me at all, you know my little saga about 5-star reads. I feel like I haven't really had any really good books this year. One of those 5-star books was a reread. So I have only had 2 new 5-star reads this year so far. I mean, yeah, they were really good, but that just means the rest of my reading has been mediocre. I had 16 4-star reads, 13 3-star reads, and then only 3 2-star reads. No 1-stars. These are just the books for me. The last thing I'm going to talk about is my progress with series, because finishing series has been a big thing I've been trying to focus on. I have 14 that I am in the middle of. In addition, I have already finished 2. I mean, that's not bad, but the 2 series that I finished so far this year, one of them was started this year, and that was a series of 5 books that I read to my daughter. So like, not for me. And it was started and finished this year, so that's good, but also doesn't really help in this trying to progress in series thing. The other one that I've considered finished is a duology, and I DNF'd the second book of that. It's finished because I'm not going to finish it, but kind of disappointing also. Plus, it was only a duology. Besides the series that I read from my daughter, I also started 1 series. So that's counted in the 14 that I'm in the middle of, but I've only started 1. Like, I have not been starting any series because I'm really trying to finish some of these other series. And so, of the 14 series that I'm in the middle of, 4 of them are duologies and 3 of them are trilogies. Lots of those trilogies, I only have like 1 book left. So I'm like, I should be able to easily finish off like half of these series pretty easily. A couple of the other series that I'm in the middle of are rereads. So like, I'm not really focusing on getting those done. If I just finished these duologies and trilogies, I would only have a handful of series that I am still working on, and I would be so happy. I have 5 more months. I can do this, right? We'll see. Those are all of the stats. That is all I have for you today. Thanks for being here. Bye.